the leader of the believers in hadith, Imam Bukhari. He was so brilliant, so intelligent, that soon enough he would learn everything that that teacher or Shaykh had to teach him, and he would move to another teacher, and so on and so forth. And at an early age, he became known for his knowledge of Islam and his knowledge of hadith. He had miraculous memory. One of the incidents later on in his life, when he was in his early teens, and he became very famous for his knowledge of hadith, some of the scholars of hadith wanted to test him. They would relate to him, and they selected 10 among their scholars. They would relate to him 100 hadith. Each one of them would relate 10 hadith. And they wanted him to tell them whether this hadith is correct or not. And they started relating the hadith. And the first scholar, first hadith, and he asked him, what is this hadith? He said, I'd never heard of this hadith. And so he responded the same way to the second hadith, to the third, to the fourth, to the 10th. They moved on to the next scholar, 10 hadith. You're saying the same thing, I never heard this hadith. And so they continued 100 hadith. And he's saying the same thing. And the people, large numbers gathered there. How can this scholar be such a great scholar and he doesn't know these hadith? When they finished, he then started. He said, what you told me was wrong. And they deliberately did that. They interchanged the isnad and the matan. The isnad is the chain of narrators, and the matan is the actual wording of the hadith. They changed it around from different hadith. So he said, I never heard about that. Then he started relating from memory the first scholar who gave him 10 hadith. In order, he recounted all of them, and he corrected the mistake. This is what you said, it's wrong. This is the correct hadith, with the correct isnad. And he did that for 100 hadith, in the same order.